All right. In a little and yeah, man. It's been a long, long, long time coming. I know change come to I, 'cause I don't stop beyond. I, it's been a long, 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 long coming. But I know change come. Oh, who is here, Pop? Somebody, the brother, Harper, talk to me. No. All right, check this out. So I'm asking this question for a reason. I need someone to tell me who is this brother here, Harper that's running for United States Senate. Who is the brother Hill Harper? What is his qualifications? Do he have qualifications? Do you know anything else about this man's history? I know a little something. It's the reason why I'm coming here to you like this, asking you this question. Help me, please. Listen, stand up. Let me just have it's a long, 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 long time coming, but I know they come. Oh, yes, we will. All right, here we go. Let's get off of this. Now, the question asked of me to someone today was, who is Hill Harper? Who is this guy that's running for U.S. Senate out of the state of Michigan? And so I uh I know a little bit, but it's not about what I know, it's about what the public know because the public is who will be uh, deciding his fate and his political aspirations to become the first, the first United States senator out of Michigan to ever have be of African descent. He would be the first to ever do it in the state of Michigan. So I come to you, my brothers and sisters, to ask that you give some guidance, not just to me, but to anyone who may not know who this brother Hill Harper is. Because just for just for kicks and giggles and fact checking, most people would know the brother Hill Harper from as from the TV show CSI New York. He was Dr. Sheldon Hawkins on CSI New York. Most people will remember him from that role. I remember him very well from that role. I also remember him as Agent Boyle in Limitless. And then he also played as Dr. Marcus Andrews in The Good Doctor. Most people remember Brother Hill Harper from those acting gigs that he had. He acted in a lot of other movies as well. Most people know brother Hill Harper as an actor. But the title of this show today is called Hill Harper More Than an Actor, because sometimes we gotta ask ourselves, if someone who we once seen as an actor is now running for some political position, we have to ask ourselves, in being reasonable human beings, we have to say, "Dang, what made him make that decision? Do we know something about politics? Do we know something about law? Has he done any social services, any type of community work?" That's the question that we need to ask ourselves when we sit up and go to the polls and have to decide upon someone, anyone, whether it was former actor or former whatever. We have to ask ourselves these questions and not shy away from these questions, because oftentimes we find ourselves not asking these questions because we don't want to feel insecure, mainly because oftentimes we don't really know anything about, politics, social services, anything about the legalities of our communities and state, federal. We don't know anything about this. So sometimes we don't want to ask questions because we then expose our ignorance. But I'm going to be the first to tell you this here. Don't be ashamed to ask the questions to someone who said they want your vote to represent you in your state, in your city, in your town, in your country. Don't be scared to ask the question, because there are no stupid questions for someone who is representing me. I wanna know what they thinking. I wanna know why they thinking. I wanna know how they thinking. I wanna know where they got their thoughts from. Because if you gonna represent me, you got to represent me. You have to represent the things that I think about, the people that I represent. And so I know this ain't one of those old uh catchy topics that so many people wanna see on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all that type of stuff. This ain't that type of topic. So if you're thinking that that's the type of topic you about to get, I would ask that you please change your channel. But if you're willing to, uh, learn, listen, advise, counsel, support, this is the channel that you wanna be on right here. Ain't no big eyes and little U's. I don't know it all. Believe what I tell you, I really don't. I don't know it all. I don't even know a lot of it. I know a little bit though, and the little bit that I have, I try to share with the people, because knowledge ain't yours till you give it away. So, again, my question is, who is Hill Harper, right? Can anybody talk to me? Let's interact. Let's talk, y'all. Can somebody tell me who is Hill Harper? And I ask that y'all please share out my live feed. Please share it to someone else, because even if you may not be, excuse me, even if you may not be deeply interested in this type of subject, maybe a friend or family member is interested in this type of subject. For that reason, I ask that you please share my live feed to someone, because again, what you may not be interested in, someone else is. So again, I want people to, let's look at the people who we put in office, the people who we say represent us. We put our trust in these people, right? That's what we do. We put our trust in these people to represent us in at various stages of politics and things like that. And so what I'm saying to you all right now is that if we're gonna put our trust in them and they're asking for our trust, then it's only right that we put them to the test to determine if they are deserving of our trust. So again, let's talk about Hill Harper. Most people know him as an actor on the TV shows, Limitless, Good Doctor, CSI New York, and a host of other shows. But he more than just that because he was a he went to college, got several degrees. I think he got like 9 honorary degrees or something, uh, from the colleges that he went to, and he graduated, you know, magna cum laude from Boston University in 1988. I'm reading this, y'all, with a BA degree in economics and sociology and was valedictorian of his department. In 1992, he graduated with a JD cum laude from Harvard Law School. He received an MPA degree with honors from John F. Kennedy School at Harvard University. During his years at Harvard, he was a full-time member of Boston's Black Folks Theater Company, one of the oldest and most acclaimed black theater troupes in the country. While a student at Harvard, Harper befriended Barack Obama, with whom he played basketball. In 2012, Harper was appointed to the president's cancer panel, a three-member body assigned to work with the National Institute of Health, and made recommendations to the White House around cancer policy. That's just some of the brother's story, right? A lot of people don't even know this stuff. I know it, but I don't know it verbatim. But I read the book. You know, what drew my attention to him in the first place was he wrote a book uh, entitled "Letters to an Incarcerated Brother." Right? He wrote that book some years back when I was in prison, and I had read the book at the time, and that's what drew my attention to him because it spoke to me. He spoke to me like no other actor has spoke to me or actress has spoke to me, other than brothers like Ozzie Davis and sister Ruby Dee and a few others, Dick Gregory. Uh, you know, it's a few others that really spoke to me, but they were older. None of the younger brothers that was in my age range spoke to me. The things that they was talking about didn't speak to me. But here comes a brother, very charismatic brother, and he wrote a book called Letters to an Incarcerated Brother, and it talked about I read the book multiple times. This was one of our uh, mainstay books on our shelves in prison, and it was encouragement, hope, and healing for inmates and their loved ones. And the book was published in 2013. So I advise y'all to go get that. Letters to an Incarcerated Brother. If you know somebody or you yourself have been affected by the criminal justice system, then this is a book that you want to put in your arsenal and read it. And so I I had the honor of getting to know Brother Hill Harper over the last 9 months, probably about last year. I've had the honor of getting to know the brother, walking and talking with him, sitting and eating with him. Uh, we really had deep conversations around many things that didn't have anything to do with acting, didn't have anything to do with politics, just had everything to do with life. So, because when it comes to me and my dealings with people, I like to know that who I'm dealing with is real like I'm real, because real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? As real as water is, water will never accept oil, period. It's gonna keep oil at bay. It's gonna push oil away, right? That's how we are. So, you can pour water into me because the body is made of 75% water. You can pour that water at me and my body will take it. But oil, I'm not gonna take that because oil tends to clog things up, tear things up. So my point is this here. My point is this here, before I lose someone. My point is this here. I met the brother Hill Harper about a year ago. and we've been kicking it, and we done hung out a few times. The brother was down to earth and everything, and it just sometimes numbs me when I hear people many people love him, but many people don't even know who he is, and or the many people who do know the name Hill Harper simply equates it to the actor Hill Harper, when he is so much more than just an actor. This man, as I said, he graduated from law school, and he done things in his life, for the cancer research, which his story is well known in that field, if you would just look it up. Both of his parents were doctors. His father was a psychiatrist. His father was a psychiatrist, and his father always told him that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result, right? That's what his father told him this all these years ago when he was just a kid. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result, right? So I really listened to him when he said that because that's always the phrase that we use when we talk about doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. You got to be out of your mind. And now he's running for United States Senate, and he uses that line to help make sense of things that we're going through today. Insanity is picking the same candidate or type of candidate over and over and over again, expecting something different out of them when they're nothing but the regurgitated individual who we didn't want the last time. So, so, so now we have to ask ourselves, who's insane? Because I'm going to throw out some names, and I don't mean nobody to take it that I'm endorsing or against or anything. I'm just going to throw out some names. You have a lot of people who don't like certain candidates that who have been president or who have been in office, but yet we keep voting them in office, or we keep voting their constituent, their right hand man in office or their right hand woman in office, and they keep doing the same thing, and our neighborhoods are still receiving the same thing, the big zero. So who's insane in that situation? We got to be insane because we keep on voting these people in office and expecting something different. They're giving us everything that we deserve because we're not asking for more. We're not demanding more because if we were demanding more, we wouldn't be voting for them. We wouldn't be voting for people who mean us so good if we was voting for something new, something refreshing, something different, something beneficial to people like us. Insane is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We keep voting the same way, the same people, and expecting a different result. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the court, in the classroom or the courtroom for that matter. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. but I'm definitely not a butter knife. I'm sharp enough to know that if you want change and over the last so many years, things have just stayed the same, then change is not gonna come by picking the same thing that you just seen for the last 4, 6, 8 years. Change come by change up. That's where change come in at. So, my brother my brother, Theo Harper, you know, he went to school, he, did a lotta, social work, community type work. They don't talk about that. Google, they don't even talk about it. The social work, the attorney work that he did, they don't talk about that. You know why they don't talk about that? Because they never expected that he had aspirations beyond acting. They never expected that this young this young man whom had graduated at the top of his classes and who had earned all of these educational degrees would aspire to be greater than the entertainment field could offer him. You know, the powers that be would have liked for him to stay in entertainment because this was one less that they had to worry about. And now you have a brother who's coming out of the field of education, taught some of the most elite of classes in school, earned some great degrees, put himself in a position to win, overcame some obstacles, made it out of some dark days and dark times to smooth the roads, and now he's carving out his own path in a life that he envisioned could be to the benefit of the whole body of people. So he's running for US Senate. That's what he's running for. For those who do not know who Hill Harper is, you can Google him and get a little bit of information. You can get a lot of information. It's not gonna tell you the full story because no Google is gonna be able to tell you the story that the actual person is gonna tell you. But I sat and talked and walked with the actual person, kicked it with the actual person, laughed and joked with the actual person, had sit-down dinners, things like that with the actual person. He does not play the big guys and little U's. Love that about the brother. He don't play the big guys and little U's. He don't get caught up in, uh, the "I'm a actor" thing. "I got a lot of money" thing. He don't get caught up in that. And that right there sets him apart to me in so many different ways, and that right there should be something that many of us should understand and aspire and be inspired by rather, because too oftentimes our politicians, they're inaccessible, they think they're larger than life, they think that everybody owes them, they think that they take us for granted, they think that we look up to them, they think that they can do what they wanna do with us and to us and through us, and they think that they can use us any given time that they wanna use us. They can buy us. They think that they can buy us. So, this is what this is what I'm telling us right now. If we allow if we allow if we allow these politicians with their scheming and their wicked ways to think that they could buy us, think that they could tell us anything, think that they could sweet talk us out of our votes, think that they could sweet talk us out of our neighborhoods, our community, dignity, our morality. They got another thing, y'all. And I'm saying this wholeheartedly, and I'm saying this with all serious. It's time that we stand on something. It's time that we stand for something because our children's lives are at risk right now. Our children's lives are at risk right now. We have to we have to get things together for our children's sake because some of us have already made it through the trials and tribulations of life and made it through some things that people said that we would never make it through. We've already been there. We've already done that. But we need to be that beacon of hope for our children. So listen, hold on. So we need to be that beacon of hope, y'all. And how we do that is we be stop being insane, stop practicing insanity, stop doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. Stop putting the same people in the office, in our political offices, and expecting something different when they've shown us over and over and over again that they're going to be the same as the last one. We can't be like that. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Can't trust. Can't trust. Public enemy can't trust that, y'all. So, listen, I'm just riding. So listen, y'all. I'm just feeling like that because I'm rooting for this brother Heel Harper. I'm rooting for this brother for many reasons. But I'm going to tell you the main reason that I'm rooting for this brother because that brother is who he say he is. And that should mean everything to everybody. If you're looking for somebody with integrity, if you're looking for somebody with morals and principles, if you're looking for a stand-up guy, if you're looking for a sharp guy, if you're looking for a charismatic guy, if you're looking for a motivational speaker, if you're looking for an inspiration, if you're looking for someone who will fight for you and stand for you and stand and fight with you, if you're looking for someone who's not going to be hmm, bought, bossed, or bullied, you need to pay attention and support the brother Heel Harper. He's not paying me anything, brother. I just recognize that I'm tired of seeing the same people in office that's not giving anything to my neighborhood. Anything. All of this money that they're allocating elsewhere and nothing is coming to my broken down neighborhood. Nothing. So why keep on electing the same people who make all of the same promises, who ain't did nothing yet. Okay, it's time that we break that cycle and start off something new. That's my opinion because I'm there. That's my it ain't opinion if I'm there. I live there every single day. I live there. I see my people every single day. I'm in the community feeding people every single day. I'm in the community talking to people every single day. I know that my community is broken down. They're not receiving any money. I done been speaking to the schools, and I see the school books, the desks, the classroom, the teachers underpaid. So so if you ever think that you could come for a guy like me, you gotta have your facts right. If you ain't been there, then you don't need to speak about it. It's just simple as that. All you gotta do is fact check me, Google me, and you will see what I do. I'm in the community every single day trying to uplift, trying to rebuild, trying to inspire and motivate people in my community every single day. This is my life. I wake up with this on my mind. I go to sleep with it on my mind. And throughout the day, I practice what I preach every single day because I realize that we as a people are people. And when I say my, I'm talking about the people. You could be red, white, and blue. If you from the neighborhoods that I'm from, or you support the people from broken down neighborhoods where I'm from, and you want to see us rise up, then it's important that we learn and get educated on our voting rights, get educated on who these candidates are, and stop putting these clowns in office that's going to keep on saying one thing and doing just the opposite. So, so that's what I'm about. You can Google me. My name is right there on the screen, Demetrius Knuckles Hill. Google me, and you will see that this is my life. This is not something that I'm just talking. You know, the song by them boys, the Migos say, "Walking like I talk." I do that for real. I do this in real life. This ain't just entertainment for me. You know, for some people, it's just entertainment. They just talk and they try to get all the hits and views, and I don't care about none of that. I care. The reason why I talk to people is because I'm trying to inspire people to help us. I'm trying to inspire people to help your community because that's what makes the difference at the end of the day. See, any blessing that you ever thought you had in your life, any blessing that you ever thought was yours in your life, you are sadly mistaken. No blessing was ever given to you for you to keep for yourself. Every blessing that Allah, God, Jehovah, whoever you want to call him, every blessing that that entity has imposed on you is supposed to be shared with someone else because the blessing ain't yours till you give it away. So, anyway, so with the knowledge that I have of being around genuine brothers and sisters, I share it. I share it because this knowledge don't mean anything if I don't let anyone else know. How much of a pivotal figure or important figure or special person or extraordinary person could heal uh, uh, any of these other brothers and sisters, whether they're pastors, preachers, politicians, or otherwise teachers. How special could they be in my mind if I'm not willing to share some of their story that I know of with you? They can't be too special. They can't be too special. I really thank you, Cotton Express. I really, really thank you, sir, because I got your attention. I got your attention. Thank you. That's all I wanted to do. My job is done. So we need to start taking a deeper look at these politicians that say they represent us, that come to us every election cycle for our votes. They spend hundreds, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars to buy our vote, to buy our vote. When we sell them our vote, we sell them our hope. And that's why we're in this state of hopelessness that we're in because we sold our hope when we sold our vote. We have to stop allowing them to buy us. Stop allowing them to buy us. We have to begin to look for candidates that represent us, walk like us, talk like us, been through the trenches like us and with us, stood right there, walked right there beside us. We have to look for candidates that truly represent our interests as a people, as a community. Otherwise, we're going to keep ending up with the same thing. And that's called insanity. That's called insanity. Some people, the devil will send his agent. Believe me, the devil will send his agent to disturb the very vibrations, the vibes, the good vibes that we have. The devil will send his agents to disturb those vibrations. That's what he's supposed to do. But, I like to listen to Public Enemy all the time because, I think back to when stuff was gritty and real. We paid attention to stuff. Now we don't pay attention to stuff. Listen. Now the story I'm picking is gory. No more rock with every dog in this boat, no hope, I'm baffled. Oh, well, can't tell about the whole head swing in the road. Red, white, and blue, Jack and his crew, the guys for the rock a beat down for the brown. Man to the man, each one saw a teach one, gonna terrorize sisters and every other one love you said it. I know who did he send it, but hate the thought, that's why we can't bend it. Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left eye. Listen, just watch the step. Can't trust it. Can't trust it. Can't trust it. Listen, like I say, the devil will send his agents to disturb the people. The devil will send his agents who look just like us, and they will come with a hidden agenda. They will come with their insidious plans. They will come with their ignorance. They will come with that mask on, shaking our hand, but the smile don't match the handshake. They will come sit on our couch only to look around to see when is the best time to attack us, devour us. The devil will send his agents on these very social media platforms to wreak havoc and cause all type of chaos. The devil will send his people because just like God got his people that he sent around all day, every day, the devil has his people. It's a shame that some people don't even know that they're being an agent of the devil. Some people don't even understand that they are being that agent. But for us who walk in the spirit of a higher power, we see the devil for who they are. We see the devil for who they are. We laugh at them because what we understand as a people, as a strong body of people, is that the devil can do mighty things, but his arms ain't long enough to box with God. So, in any event, in any event, I come to you, brothers and sisters, with this brother on my wall, Harper. I support that brother because I have seen the brother in action. I have seen him in action. I have listened to that brother on numerous occasions. I have watched him walk what he taught. I have read his history to understand what I was looking at, to make sure that what I was looking at and who I was looking at was actually real. I didn't want to be um I didn't want to be thrown off by what I was seeing because I wanted to make sure that that which I was seeing was actually that brother. And I watched him, and he constantly impressed me by being himself. And he stood 10 toes down on what he know and have faith in. Stood 10 toes down. His story is a story of hope. His story is a story of inspiration, motivation. His story is the story of comeback, the glory of a comeback. His story is the story of a man who faced challenges but stood straight up to him and didn't cower. And that's the type of story that represents the people that I live around and talk to every day. That's the type of individual that we've been waiting to come and be our voice, be our feet, be our hands, be our mind, be our leader. That brother there. Not because he was some actor, we don't even care about none of that. Some of us only know him for that. But the brother's more than an actor. He's an activist. Activist, not actor, activist. In other words, he get active on things that matter to our communities. He's an activist. He's been speaking out against corruption and things like that. This is nothing new. He was doing this far before he even threw his hat in the political ring. That's what should make the difference with a lot of us, is that the brother's been doing this and didn't wait. So I don't want to hold y'all up too long. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I could sit here and we could talk. I like to, interact with people. I love to interact with people because I understand the power in the hands of the people and that we are absolutely nothing if we do not have the power to be who we are. We're absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna put it like this to y'all. I'm gonna put it like this because I'm about to close out, y'all. So bear with me. I ain't trying to hold y'all up because I feel nothing but admiration for those who have listened to me. Feel nothing but admiration. And I want to say this here to everyone who tuned in to just listen to my take. You know, not that I don't think that I'm some voice of nobody. I think that I'm a part of a greater voice. I'm a part of a choir, and that's what I pride myself on being, a part of a choir of a community that's destined to rise up again, that's destined to take our place back in the affairs of society again. For those who have been broken, change is gonna come. You will be repaired, you will be restored. For those who have lost hope, hope is on the way. You will be restored. For those who are not motivated or uninspired by what they've seen over the last couple years, or 4 to 6 years. What's up, cuz? For those who have been uninspired or unmotivated by what they've seen by politicians or community leaders over the last 2, 4, 6, 8 years, change is going to come. For those brothers and sisters who desire to see our communities rise from the ashes like the Great Sphinx, for those brothers and sisters who are willing to put the work in necessary to see that we rise, I salute you. For those elders who passed down the blessings of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to us, we honor you. We thank you. We lift you up. And we thank you for allowing us to stand on your shoulders to see a freedom that some of you may not live to see. Thank you for being that leader, that example, that model that taught us to allow the generation after us to stand on our shoulders so they can see a freedom that we may not see. We want to thank you. We want to thank each and every one of you who helped push our agenda of righteousness, equality, of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We want to thank y'all for helping us to push our agenda forward. We want to thank y'all for being the glorious light that we so desperately needed as we walk through the darkness of the jungles of this place called life. We want to thank you. And with that, y'all, I'm going to say peace and love to those within the sound of my voice. And for those who cannot hear the sound of my voice, I say pass along the message because someone needs to be inspired.
There's an old friend that I want to say something that touched my heart and began these words. I was in the tent, just that river. I've been gone everything. It's been a long, long, I don't know time coming, but I know change on oh, yes, you will. And I say, brother, help me. You got my brother. I would ask the Lord. I'm carry it when I go. Don't go into it's been a while.
Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace.